The second video of today, the first video was Saturn retrograde, so do not miss that video. Now let us begin the discussion on Bharani Nakshatra. Okay, now Bharani Nakshatra is known as the star of restraint. The star of restraint. Okay, sorry. And it spans from 1320 sidereal Aries to 26 sidereal Aries, Bharani Nakshatra. Okay, now the animal. I've told you that every nakshatra has a symbol as an animal symbol. Okay, what does it mean? It means that yes, of course, if you have a Bharani prominent chart, you may experience these animals. Not only that, if you study these animals, there are certain attributes that will be clear to you that you will see in yourselves. All right, so that's why the ancients kept an animal totem with each nakshatra, so you may better understand the qualities of the nakshatra if you study the animal. Okay, now the animal associated to Bharani is an elephant. Okay, an elephant. And of course, we know that Ganpati has an association to the elephant, but the elephant is also hypersexual. So the elephant, in many significations, when it is connected to Bharani, displays hypersexuality. Okay, so that is something to think about. Hypersexuality of the Bharani native. Ruler is Yama. Okay, now who is Yama? Yama is the brother of Shani, and it is the job of Yama. Yama is Pluto actually. It is the job of Yama to walk the souls after death, to walk back the souls to source after death. This is the job of Yama. Okay, and remember that in Bharani Nakshatra, Shani is debilitated. This is 1320 to 2604 of Aries, sidereal Aries. So here we have Shani debilitated, Saturn himself debilitated. Alright, yeah, finally. Uh, so now we know about the myth of Shani's gaze destroying the head of Ganesha. And this myth is actually connected to Shani's debilitation in Bharani Nakshatra. Bharani Nakshatra symbol elephant. Shani debilitation, elephant, the boy's head gets severed. So the story goes like this, that Parvati had a baby boy and she was very, very proud of that baby boy. Some say it was a Manas Putra, some say she made it from the made Ganesha from the dirt of her body. The Shaivites say that Shiva created Ganapati. So, there are many different stories, but the long story short, um, Parvati had this beautiful baby boy and she loved him. And she called all the gods and everybody. She said, look at my baby, look at my baby. So everybody came to bless that baby, who was Ganesha without the elephant head. So now, finally, when she called upon Shani, so he said that, I'm not going to look at the baby. And he looked at the baby like in a sideway glance. So Parvati said that, what is the problem? Why are you looking at this baby through your side glance? Just look at the baby, bless the baby, right? So Shani did try to convince her that no, I'm Mandatada, my gaze and all of that. So then this was Parvati didn't listen. So he said, you look at the boy. So he looked at the boy, and at that moment, the boy's head was severed like that. Okay. So here is the corpse of the headless corpse of this baby boy, and Parvati gets really distraught. So it's not something Shani did on purpose. He did tell her that my gaze can cause problems. So then what happened is Shiva sent his ganas. Ganas are his followers. So Shiva sends his ganas and says that go and find the most pure head, most pure soul and get their head. Quite a scary story to just think that, somebody can come and take your head. But thanks, Luca. I can't believe how much you support me. It's so sweet of you. So the thing is that, so then they got an elephant. Some say he was an elephant king, Gajanan, and some say that he was just a young elephant. So whatever it is, they got an elephant head, and Shiva put the elephant head back on that little baby boy. Okay, and so he was known as Ganesha. So this myth is directly related to Shani's debilitation in Bharani Nakshatra. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now, natives of Bharani Nakshatra are filled with excessive sexual desires, unfulfilled many times. They tend to repress it. Now, there are two sides to this. Some of them are, blatantly obvious about it and they display it and they have this insatiable hunger for sex. Some people repress it and they repress and they don't even, want to have intercourse with their husbands or wives or whatever. I've seen this extreme cases in Bharani Nakshatra. So if there is a malefic in that nakshatra and you have that moon there, and if that planet is a malefic and unfriendly to the moon, then there's going to be some problem in expressing your sexuality. It could be hypersexuality, or it could be this sort of repressed sexuality, is repressing it down. So it's not a balanced energy. Remember, it's ugra energy. Bharani is ugra energy, tibra energy. Okay. Now, when I talk about the deities, remember that during your daily puja or during your daily mantras, if you remember your nakshatra and you're a ascendant deity, life moves smoother. Keep that in mind. Okay. Now the deity of Bharani is who's the Lord? Venus, because it falls. Um, the Lord is Venus. Sorry, the Lord is Venus. Okay, and the ruler is Yama. The Lord of Bharani is Venus. Okay, and where is this? Aries, so Mars energy is obviously there, right? Now, these excessive desires, this hypersexuality of a Bharani native is something they need to work with, is something that they need to channel. Otherwise, it can get very destructive in their professional life, in their family life. Bharani energy can be very destructive, as it can be the greatest creative energy out there. You understand that with Venus, right? Now, this is the yoni mudra, which I've shown many times. Sorry, my dress just tore down, so I'm not going to be able to. But this is the yoni mudra. Okay, yoni mudra, right? This is the yoni mudra. Okay, it's actually like this. It's actually like this, yoni mudra. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. It's like this. Okay, bam, bam. Okay, so just holding this mudra. I told you about nyasas. And nyasas and mudras are important. Nyasas are parts of the body that you touch to invoke. Yeah, I just ripped my dress. I'm not gonna, uh, put my hands up and embarrass. Okay, I was lost over there. So yeah, and my line crashed. So I think there's going to be a storm coming. I can feel it. So let's get on with it, right? Uh, the symbol of Bharani Nakshatra is the yoni or the vagina. Alright, I hope YouTube doesn't censor me. This, I don't know if you guys saw it or not. This is the yoni mudra. Okay? Yeah, it's my new dress and I literally ripped it. So, and I was going to make a pretty video dancing around with it, but what can I say? So a symbol is yoni, the vagina. The Lord is Venus. So immediately you realized it is desire orientated. okay, desire oriented. Venus is our desires, our five senses. So you know that the energy of Bharani is desire oriented, okay? However, however, the elephant is vegetarian. Being vegetarian, what does that mean? That means there are some sattvic tendencies to Bharani natives. Okay, there's sattvic tendencies. Some, some pure virtuous tendencies. Although it's an Ugra Nakshatra, but there's a pureness in Bharani, like the elephant. Okay. Now, although Yama, the ruler, is the god of death, right? Yama is the god of death. I told you it's Yama is known as the binder. He binds the souls and he takes them back to according to wherever they are supposed to go, whichever loka they are supposed to go, right? So we know that Yama is the god of death, right? However, Bharani Nakshatra is known as the bearer of new life. Aries, what do we expect? Newness, new life, right? So Bharani Nakshatra is ruled by Yama, the Lord of Death. Uh, I don't know. I'm worried where I'll do my video because I don't have any place to do my video inside. I've just people and animals and I love them, but I don't have a place to do my videos. So during monsoons, I honestly don't know what will happen to my poor little channel. So Yama being the god of death and Bharani, yeah, but it's all gonna come. This onslaught, it's gonna come. So Bharani is also known as the bearer of new life, right? So you see the dichotomy, how this nakshatra is being ruled, or I'll be like, getting all wet and doing all these kind of crazy lives when I'm getting wet by the rain. Who knows? That could be interesting. Could get me new subscribers. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Saturn's retrograde, so we can't say anything. What's gonna happen? Anyway, I never planned anything, and yeah, in Hindi movies we have this trope where we have the heroine and she's always dressed in like a white transparent sari in Bollywood, and we have like I wish I had someone like that. I don't know anybody who'll do that for me, but I wish I had someone like that. I don't. So literally, okay, I am completely going off. I was talking about the trope of the heroine in the white sari dancing in the rain. I'm not going to do that, or I might. I don't know. Surprise. But let's get back to Bharani Nakshatra. So we have the dichotomy, right? The Lord of Death ruling over a nakshatra, which is called the bearer of new life. This goes to show that death and life are two sides of the same coin. Because ultimately, in our mind, in our understanding, there is a dichotomy, but honestly, there isn't, because birth and death are part of that same coin. Okay, are two sides of the same coin, right? Duality. Keep that in mind. Now, Yama, as I said, is known as the binder, and the power of Bharani is to cleanse and remove all impurities. So you have all these hypersexual thoughts, all these things happening. Yes. Hire. Oh, no, I'm too small a channel to hire someone to hold an umbrella. Even when I get to 100K subscribers, I can think about it. It's just a small little channel. Who's gonna, come and hold an umbrella on my head? I don't think so. However, all the ancestors, okay, offering to Yama and Bharani wins the lordship of ancestors as well as peers. So Yama's desire was when he, all the gods and all the deities and supernatural beings and the yakshanis, they all have to take a sankalp, like you and me have to as well. What are we going to do? How are we going to achieve this? So, like, I completely forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so all of them took sankalpas and intentions, right? all the sankalpas and intentions, everybody has to do. Even the gods did sankalpas. So Yama's desire was, when he did his sankalpa, that he's Pluto, by the way, the energy that the planet Pluto is harnessing. Okay, may I have lordship over the ancestors. So that's why appeasing Yama is a part of appeasing ancestors. So people with ancestral curses can appease Yama, Yama's Pluto, and I've already given you guys the mantra for Pluto, so check out that video. I'm not going to say it here, so you can check out that video. Now, so Bharani natives want respect. All caps RESPECT, respect. Siblings, you know one thing, that they want respect. Okay, if you are disrespecting them in some way, the relationship's over. Honestly, it's over. So respect is a big thing for them. Now, I've mentioned before, Tibra energy, Krura energy, Ugra energy. Okay, I will. However, you can produce a video. All these videos that I'm doing of the nakshatras are actually produced and commissioned by people. So you can produce a video, and of course, I'll take some time to study and channel all the information, and bam, I'll do it. Now, energy is Krura and Ugra, Tibra. So intense, brutal, aggressive. Okay. Now, heavenly bodies. Let's make it easy. Now, think of three heavenly bodies. Let's make it easy. Let's break Bharani Nakshatra down for all to understand. Think of Rahu. Rahu subversion. Extreme materialism, okay? And sorrow. Extreme materialism, sorrow, subversion. Mars is application of force, courage, Yama, the deity Yama, Pluto actually. Purity, cleanliness, justice, integrity. Now blend all these energies. So here you're getting application of force, you're getting some sorrow, you're getting some purity, you're getting some cleanliness, you're getting some justice percolating through. So visualize this. Rahu, understand all the bam 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 significations of Rahu. Mars, Mangal, Bhoma, bam bam bam, understand understand all the significations of Mangal, and then understand Yama of Pluto, and then you'll understand how they are being wedded with each other, intermingling with each other, intermarrying between each other, these energies. Okay, Bharani is conceived of a triangle. Can I do a triangle? A triangle without any opening. But the yoni mudra is this. Okay, so remember that. It is fire or Agni energy. Bharani is total fire, right? Guna is tamo guna or tamas. It's tamasic in nature. Tamasic is inertia. Okay. However, depression, a lot of repression, and mental anxiety, quarrels at home, quarrels at work, struggle to develop restraint, know when to say yes, to develop restraint, to say no to overt materialism. Venus is pushing, Rahu is pushing towards that overt materialism, control. I said it's all about control ultimately. Come mastering yourself. Okay, control. And it's very competitive. Bharani Nakshatra is very competitive. They want to be the best at everything. They know, guys, whether you see it or not, it doesn't matter. So if you're meeting a Bharani, if your boss is in Nakshatra, then do not disrespect him. If your wife is Bharani Nakshatra, do not disrespect her if you don't want a boss. As simple as that. They can be very materialistic. They want the good things. Okay? Now, Mangal, okay, it's in Aries, so it gives willpower. tremendous willpower the Bharani native has. Also strength of the body if they develop it. So use that Martian willpower, use that Martian force to develop restraint, to develop self-control. Okay, balance again, balance. Saturn debilitated. Balance is not there, not there. So that's something to think about, right? Who's exalted in Aries? Sun. So the Bharani people, they do have a bit of that very distinctive smile. A Bharani native smile is, you'll see it, you'll know it. Okay. Now, like Rahu, Bharani eclipses and then releases. It could be information, it could be affection, it could be sexual interaction. First eclipse and then release. We just had an eclipse, so it makes sense to talk about it. Eclipse and then release. Eclipse and then release. Okay, so this is what Bharani does, like Rahu. Keep that in mind. Now, direction is south, of course. It is Mars, Aries, and the ruler of Bharani is Venus. So think of putting the energies of Mars and then as Bharani gives into all kinds of excesses, the true purpose of Bharani is to clear all the impurities and to cut away at all the excesses. The ruler is Yama, the god of death. So when the time of death comes, really nothing else matters. The soul goes back to source. Nothing else matters really, right? Get rid of all the excesses. Get rid of it. It's not needed. The Bharani native needs to understand this. Okay, it's very important. Can bring a lot of tragedy. This is the energy of Bharani. Okay. Well, that's like really dependent upon your own Kundali chart, right? And then in the D9 chart, you get to see how you can use that potentiality and really do what needs to be done, right? So that's again completely individual, right? Completely individual. So keep that in mind. Uh, can bring tragedy in all ways, family life tragedy, problems with hormones, unable to conceive, adultery, philandering, and all of that. And it's very, very connected to the material world. So for Bharani native to spirituality, it will also have a twist of materialism there. Okay, so the Bharani native is unable to break out of this excessive materialism. Okay, this excessive materialism. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now, Yama's connection, right? Yama is a ruler. His connection is about the journey of the soul far away from this flesh and blood carcass, right? Uh, what will last? My life's a 30-minute live and I'm already 24. Oh my god, I better hurry up. Okay, so Yama's connection is about the journey of the soul away from the prison of flesh and blood, away from this physical body so intimate. Imagine sitting right here with some, I don't know, I'm a bit, oh thank god I'm back. I almost thought I crashed again. So yeah, it's such a nice place to sit and to just relax. Yes, yeah, it is. So a lot of criminals are born in Bharani Nakshatra, by the way. A lot of criminals, murderers, terrorists, fanatics. Okay, the shadow side of Bharani. Let's talk. Oh, margaritas. I have not tasted it. I was a teetotaler all my life actually, so yeah. Shadow side is cruel, ungrateful, notorious, as well as fierce water. Many Bharani Nakshatra people are afraid of swimming. afraid of kayaking, or afraid of the sea, afraid of useless and evil. Okay, they have evil tendencies. Stability, they need to be stable. What is stable? Now each person has a different understanding of stability. Someone thinks, okay, if I'm married, I'm stable. Someone's like, okay, if I have so much in my bank account, I'm stable. Someone's like, okay, if I get a child, I'm stable. So every person's understanding of stability differs. So whatever the Bharani, that particular Bharani native's understanding of stability is, if he or she manages to achieve that stability, that is when magic happens. That is when they become knowledgeable, wise. However, they're often misinterpreted because they're very blunt. They're very, very blunt, okay? Very, very blunt, okay? So they may do it harmlessly sometimes. No, no, no. Don't, and nothing is problematic. Every energy can be reversed. Everything. And I wish you all the best for your child. All the best for your child. So, Bharani natives, please don't go. Even if you don't mean it maliciously, other people can misconstrue what you're saying and, give you a bad reputation. So, or malign your name. It could be really ugly. So, don't. Health problems, sex organs, venereal diseases, face, eyesight, head injuries, nervousness, stress related health problems, anxiety, all kinds of anxiety is possible. Now, there's a myth about Shiva destroying Yama, okay, which I'll tell you a bit about this. So, what happened is that there was a king on earth, and he was a very, very devoted. Um, he was a devotee, very devoted devotee of Shiva. So all the time in front of the lingam, he was, doing Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. So Yama came because his time was up, so to die. So Yama came to collect his soul. But Markandeya, that was his name, Markandeya, and he was doing this Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And so when Yama came to take him, he appealed so strongly to Shiva that Shiva appeared in his form. Let's get back to the story of Markandeya. So he said, he was praying to Shiva. So Shiva appeared in the yeah. So let's hear this. So he sort of, he appeared in the form of Shivling, and he destroyed Yama. He destroyed the god of death. So now no one was dying. So the cyclical birth and rebirth process had gone to the dogs, literally to the dogs. So that's when all the gods got together and they prayed to Shiva. So Shiva restored Yama once again. So immediately by the story, you understand that Bharani Nakshatra people will greatly benefit if they pray to the Shivlingam, do Shivlingam Abhishekam in the correct way. Now we also know that the symbol of Bharani Nakshatra is the yoni. Is the yoni. So what does the yoni want? Consummation with the lingam. So it automatically follows that the lingam and the yoni are meant to be. So Shivlingam worship is actually very powerful for Bharani natives. Keep that in mind. Also chanting Om Reem Ram Namah Shivaya, Om Reem Ram Namah Shivaya. Ram and Reem are solar beaches, and this is Aries. So this is cementing that solar energy. Om Reem Ram Namah Shivaya, Om Reem Ram Namah Shivaya. Very powerful. And of course, I do special workshops. Special workshops on how to do Lingam Abhishekam, how to do Shiv Puja. So please email me if you want to be a part of that workshop. Now, okay, so Shivlingam puja is a must for every. The yoni desires the lingam, clearly understood by everybody. Now Shiva, death, and shani or yama is the agent of death. Oftentimes shani and yama are actually used uh, interchangeably. So yama is the agent of death and Shiva is the lord of death. So you see how that connection of death is always a new beginning, a new life, right? Keep that in mind. Now, the Ganpati to worship, if you are a Bharani native, is Siddhi Ganpati. Okay, Siddhi Ganpati. Siddhi Ganpati is the seventh form of Ganpati, right? Each nakshatra has one particular Ganpati associated to it. Okay, if you worship Siddhi Ganpati, being a Bharani Nakshatra in native, you will get creativity and artistry and honing or refinement of your skills, right? Now, Nakshatra is fire, Bharani is fire, I told you, Aries is fire, I told you, Mangal is fire. So, this is fire, fire, too much fire, right? It can burn, it can destroy. Keep that in mind. Ugra, Tibra energy. That's why Bharani natives can have a cruel disposition, hypochondria, anxiety. But once they are genuinely happy and they smile and they'll just win your heart just by their smile, you know. They have a beautiful smile. Now, many people have asked me remedies. What are the remedies? uh, no fish. You keep talking about fish and hunting and all of that, Luca. Please, no fish. Only vegan kebabs. I'll be up for vegan kebabs. No milk either, please. None of that. Red wine and vegan kebabs. Okay? You always talk about hunting boars and fish and what have you. So best remedies are hatha yoga, meditation, exorcism. I know, square my son. So hatha yoga, meditation, exorcism. Because there are many entities that attach to a Bharani native. Many entities. Curse removal, because they hold on to generational curses. Is the beginning of the zodiac. Remember, Bharani is at the third nakshatra. It's the beginning of the zodiac. So oftentimes leftovers are carried on, curses are carried on. So curse removal is a very powerful spiritual thing to do for a Bharani native. Okay, fasting, intermittent fasting, and silence. Silence. Although they can't really be silent. In Zendavesta, which is the Zoroastrian religion, there is actually the parallel of Yama, and he's called Yima, Yima. I'm very interested in Zoroastrianism. I do many prayers, many invoke many of the energies of Zoroastrian deities. So I had to mention here that the Zoroastrian deity parallel to Yama is Yima. Now there's a story of Yama and his sister Yami. She actually, because there was nobody there who could be her husband, she appealed to Yama to, copulate with her. But Yama kept refusing, but she wouldn't listen. She tried non-stop to seduce him, but it didn't happen. This goes to show the willpower of Yama. The willpower of Yama the willpower of yama, the abstinence. Okay, I will abstain from it because I think incest is inappropriate, it's incorrect. That's what he told his sister. We said, I am not going to copulate with you because I think incest is incorrect. She was like, gods are doing it, humans are doing it. He was like, I don't care, I'm not going to do it. So Yama was very firm, very resolute. So you see, Bharani Nakshatra, you can be very resolute about the right thing or the wrong thing. Totally depends upon you. So this Yami, actually, his sister Yami, who tried to seduce him, ultimately became Yamuna. the river Yamuna. Okay, so we know that Yamuna is one of the seven sacred rivers of India, especially Ganga, Yamuna, and Saraswati, the mythical Saraswati. This is actually the Triveni, the wedding of the Ida, the Pingala coming into Sushumna and the awakening of the Kundalini. Very powerful. So, the ruling deity of Venus is Lakshmi. So keep that in mind, Lakshmi. So you can use this mantra Om String Ring Kleen Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om String Ring Kleen Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om String Ring Kleen Mahalakshmi. Om Shri. However, I gave you string here, which is Tara beat. So I give you Om String Ring Kling Mahalakshmi Namaha. This is there is something called a Lakshmi Bisa Yantra, okay, which is called Lakshmi Siddha Bisa Yantra. I have workshops on the Bisa Yantras and teaching yantras, basic yantra workshop. So if you're interested, you can get in touch with me. If you want your own Bisa Yantra drawn, Lakshmi Bisa Yantra drawn by me, and Lakshmi invoked in it by me, you can also email me. Now the nature of Bharani is Manusha. So they're very interested in humanity, in what humans have to, how humans interact, wow, how humans interact, the human issues, the human condition, Manusha Gana. The modality is balance. Bharani must gain balance. Okay, I told you debilitation of Saturn tells you that there's no balance here really. Number is 2. So again, dualities. Gender is female, so receptive, intuitive, sensual. Using erotic as healing is actually one of the best things the Bharani Nakshatra can do, native can do. Dosha Pitta. Why? Because Bharani is fire, Mars is fire, Aries is fire, it's just fire. So dosha is Pitta, acidity, you know, burping and all that. Element is earth, so connecting to the earth, rooting, gives an a balance, an energetic balance to all of that fire, grounding, tree hugging, very important. Bird is crow. So Yama, there's a Yama and crow story. Of course, there was once upon a time there was a demon who was devouring all the gods, and Yama became a crow and was saved. So that's why Yama blessed the crow. So that's why the Yama is the totem of Yama is a crow. So Shani. That's why I guess people confuse Shani and Yama, because both the totems are crows. That's why many people say that, oh my God, someone's going to die, a crow has come, particular story. But there's this myth that lingers all over the world. You hear this myth that crows and their association with the death. We've even seen films made on that. Now, the seed sound is li, lu, le, lo. The names are also very important. If you're having a baby and your baby is going to be a Bharani Nakshatra person, then their name needs to start with Li, Lu, Le, Lu. So like Lina, Leah, Lenata, okay, Lee, okay, Lulu, Laves. You think of Layla, okay, yeah. Now, very interesting. Venus gives Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya here. Yes, Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya here. Okay, that means which Venus got from Lord Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya. That means to bring a person back from death. Okay, Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya. Mrit Sanjeevani Vidya is in by Venus. If you are open and you're a Bharani native, you will receive this Vidya. You will download this Vidya. But of course, your OS needs to be upgraded. You need to be in touch with Venus. You need to be connected to Venus. If you're a healer and you are a Bharani native, remember that you have the Mrita Sanjeevani Vidya inside of you. So the channeling the correct rays, you will be able to bring one back from the dead, from the dead, 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 dead. So remember, she got this Vidya, Venus got this Vidya from Lord Shiva. So the native can often have the powers, the occult powers of resurrection. Resurrection. Whether it doesn't have to be literally I'm dead and I get resurrected after 3 days and I come out. It doesn't have to be that. It could be that a very painful ending is here, but you can resuscitate, you can restructure, you can resurrect. Some people say, hey, where are you? You're back. I mean, have you resurrected? Oh, yes. I work with a genie, a jinn actually. I promised him that I'm going to make a video on him. His name is Shamhurish, the jinn that I love. The jinn that is, it's not, it's real. Jinns are absolutely real. So remember that. Now, keep invoking the Nakshatra Devata, this Lakshmi, um, because then you will definitely get some kind of, Venus's Devata is by Venus's Lakshmi. It's also yama, so feeding the crows, leaving some offerings on four crossroads. It's very powerful for appeasing the spirit of yama. All these channeled messages that I get that the stars want me to tell you, so I write them down in a state of trance, and I come and I tell you these stories. So it's anyway 44 minutes, way over time again. People are complaining that I need to cut my videos down to like 10 minutes or 15 minutes because I'm losing a lot of audience by keeping it so long. But you know how it gets, the discussions get all, you have to take a class for at least 44 minutes, right? I mean, that's how I look at it, but I'm being told to cut down. So no. Stop it, Luca. I wish I don't have battery. So, and I ripped my dress. Uh, I know, I know. That's why you're so special to me, Luca. You're so special to me. And thanking all those who support me. Oh my God, my papers are gonna fly off. Oh, I thank you, Robert. But people are telling me to cut down my video length because it's like too long. So I don't know. I told people that hey, Nakshatra videos have to be 30 minutes. I can't cut it down to less because there's gonna be really no point. And I mean, I've seen Nakshatra videos on YouTube and I didn't find anything about. I have nothing on my mind, Luca. But I'll come back hopefully tomorrow. And tomorrow we can talk about, I don't know, maybe my jinn, maybe Shamhurish. We can talk about Shamhurish. Yes. So I'm going to write. And today is his day, by the way. Today is Thursday. It is the day of Shamhurish. It is the day of Jupiter, and he is the Jinn King of Jupiter. So, yeah. But really, people, nobody's going to click on this video if they see 46 minutes. And I will, Kazam. I never get to watch movies anymore, Luca. It's the movie and cinema stage of my life is so over. But please, hopefully see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you. Bye.